That sound means it's another Game for a Movie podcast, episode 11.
Hey!
Woo! Right?
What?
We are well into the double digits.
Yeah.
Kind of.
We're
Kind
one
of.
more into
Well,
the double
yes.
digits.
Yes.
Yes.
More.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I am your host, Mikey Tank. I am joined today by, we'll go around this way because we'll introduce our special
that
guest.
way.
Swerving around. Well,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Andre Bellinger.
I'm Mitchell Clements.
And our special guest tonight?
It's Claire!
Yeah. We'll continue to go this way around like we normally do, but it's just kind of, it was better because she's a special guest.
Get the rotating chair in
I'm
here.
special.
Yeah, we got the rotating chair because
Yes, you are.
Thanks, guys.
T-Dog's still a mystery.
No one knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna play Worst T-Dog?
No, because we don't know where T-Dog is.
We can play
in our
Worst
hearts.
T-Dog.
Are we sure that Claire is not T-Dog in disguise?
Still not sure, but pretty confident.
Right. Okay.
I have no idea.
I would guess no.
I have no idea what T-Dog looks like, so I can't confirm or deny.
T-Dog has definitely shown up as a girl before, so
Yeah.
I feel
Not
I feel like
fascinated.
Claire being T-Dog is not out of the question.
But
I mean,
you-
it could be. It's part of the mystery, you know.
Yeah.
That's true. You know what's
She's
not a
too
mystery?
nice.
She's too nice. You know what is not a mystery?
Huh.
What we're drinking tonight.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
let's chill.
So we've got-
I got it, don't worry. Okay.
Oh, we've got Thomas Hooker, no filter IPA.
Yes, Mitchell and I are both drinking some of that.
We've got the Corona Refrescas.
Yeah, I'm drinking
Shucks.
the coconut lime one. Surprisingly good.
Like, better than expected.
Probably
Way better
would kill
than
me.
expected. Yeah, would kill you,
Yeah.
but pretty good.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm allergic to coconut, so
He's gonna
yeah,
die probably.
I'm probably going to die. And I am drinking a Shebin John Beer. It's like John Deere, but John
Oh,
Beer.
I
I
see
get
what
it.
you did
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah,
Wow.
it's tall boy, nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold one.
Crack a cold one. Yee.
Crack a cold one.
Yee.
Mm.
All right, guys. So we have all, well, some of us have seen a movie.
I've
Wow,
seen
way
things.
to call out our
Yeah,
special
wow,
guest.
Jeez.
I'm gonna call out our special guest because she's seen a movie. She just can't
I've
figure out
seen
which one to
lots
talk
of
about.
movies, but I just, I'm indecisive. Can't
You know
help
what?
it.
Let her be comfortable. She could chime in
Yeah,
whenever
back
she wants.
off.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
Right?
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, jeez.
Can she host the podcast?
Yeah, right?
Wow. Mike is like, whoa,
Shots
whoa, whoa,
fired.
step too
Shots
far.
fired.
You
Breaks.
remember our pre-production meeting where I did everything?
Yeah, so...
Oh, looks like you're losing ground in this hosting thing. Claire just barked you off your little perch.
Whatever.
there.
We can have a co-host.
What's
Oh, what's new? She
Oh,
says.
wow.
You want
Wow.
to start this right here, right now?
Why not?
Could
Don't
this
sound
be a
like
couples
person.
therapy podcast?
Oh my, yeah, let's talk it out.
All right, so we're gonna jump into
Anyway.
movies.
Hard pivot.
hard pivot. We're gonna jump and talk about some movies.
Yes.
I guess I will start.
Go for it.
And then
Yeah.
we'll go around this way and end with Andre, who did not lose but still saw a bad movie.
I did. Of my own
So-
volition.
Of your own volition,
Dang,
yes.
T-Dog.
Because I'm a broken person.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yeah, we went bowling this week.
We
And-
did.
we did.
Yeah.
We did.
And T-Dog lost.
Lost
He-
hard.
Yeah, he lost, by the way, and there's no debate. There is no debate that T-Dog lost.
Mm.
But he finds a
Correct.
way to debate it.
He finds it right
Well, it
every
took a
single
whole
time.
game in before he realized, oh, this is for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
if we-
okay. But he started doing that once he understood how far behind he
Yeah,
was.
right. Like,
This was like half of the game, and he's just like, yeah, so next game, right? No, we said before the game,
Nice
Yep.
try,
first
We're
game
locked in.
counts.
Yep.
Everybody's coming in cold. We're all just throwing bowling balls.
And not to call out Homeboy, but I think there was like 3 frames in a row where he scored 0, and that
Yeah.
is a terrible way to start any bowling
Yeah,
game.
right. No, definitely.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Yep.
I
I
will
I give T-Dog's bowling skills a 1.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, you're giving him stars?
Wow. we're-
I was gonna get
Pins?
half a pin.
Half a pin. Okay,
a
great.
half pin. He showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he showed up.
He showed up.
He showed
It's
up.
hard.
He's
It's really
if
hard
you were
to show for
bowling
bowling.
and you had the split.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
him.
the
Yeah.
7-10
Yeah.
split.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that we're like shitting on him, and he's
We
not
love
going to hear
T-Dog,
it.
though.
He's
No,
not. No,
he's definitely
T-Dog is a subscriber, but not a listener.
Yes.
He's
The
what we
rest
call
of us
a-
listen,
He
right?
participates.
I,
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind
okay.
of skip over my part.
Dude, I'm
but
so
everything else I
narcissistic.
definitely
I
listen
love
to.
hearing myself talk, so I just listen to.
I listen to you guys all the time.
I listen.
Oh,
I
that's
listen
clear.
like 3 times because I have to edit it once.
Yeah,
and
I
then
listen-
I
I
make
listen
sure
to
that I
the
didn't make a
edit.
mistake, and then yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, but all right, we'll jump into some actual movies. Also, a point was brought up because I'm going to talk about Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mm.
We're going to rank our favorite live action Spider-Man.
So Into the Spider-Verse is not.
Spider-Verse is not on this
Into the
ranking.
Spider-Verse is not.
It's its own
No,
thing, and
that
it's
would
so
be. It would have been
good.
on top for me.
That
but-
would have been number one for me.
Yeah.
I think it would have been
For real.
number one for me too.
Okay.
And I think that's why we ruled it out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
it's its own thing.
It's so good.
everybody speaks very highly of it.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we are going to talk about Spider-Man Far From Home first. Has everybody seen it that wants to see it?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Spoilers
so
ahead.
We're diving into
always.
spoilers.
Yes.
As
Lots of
always,
spoilers.
spoilers ahead. This might have been my favorite Spider-Man
Mm.
live action at least.
Okay.
I want to hear why.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I enjoyed it.
Well,
I
and
had a
what-
lot of fun with it.
What I will say is, I was in a very good mood for this, so it may just have hit me in the right mood.
Oh,
What
sure.
did you do? Do you go for a workout before? You're just
Yeah,
feeling
right, you feel
high
like
on
pump.
endorphins?
What did we do?
I don't know. For some reason, though, I was just in an extra good mood, and
It was a
everything about
nice
it.
day. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful day, guys.
And I think one of the things too is Mysterio is one of my favorite bad guys, and I
Okay,
think
yeah.
'Cause he's so
for the
mysterious.
most part they nailed it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would
Oh, I
100%
love-
agree.
And
I
so-
love
Jake
oof.
Gyllenhaal.
The only
Yes.
thing I had a problem with is the long monologue in the middle of the movie, where he's like
The
explaining
exposition
the
dump?
the
him-
exposition
Oh, yeah.
dump, where he's just like, yeah, he
I-
called my machine fart.
Barf.
Barf. Sorry,
Yes.
yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of liked how they leaned into that a little bit because it was so blatantly expositional that it was so tongue in cheek's not the right word for it, but you could tell he was like chewing it in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I mean, it's fine and everything like that,
Sure.
but it dragged a little too long.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was the only part where I was sitting there like, okay, come on, like,
Yeah.
let's get this rolling.
Mm.
I understand you were duped by Tony Stark. Okay, I get your motivation, and that's what I like about these Spider-Man movies in the MCU. All of the villains so far have felt reasonable reasons why they are villains.
Yeah.
Vulture was very well done in Homecoming. Mysterio is very well done in Far From Home. The villains in these movies are what I think is best about these movies so far.
And what I like a lot,
Mm-hmm.
because they're obviously double downing on the relationship between Iron Man and Spider-Man in
Yeah.
these films,
Mhm.
and the villains are all products of consequences from Iron Man's actions.
Right.
And they make that direct thing, so it challenges Peter, maybe on a subconscious level, to confront, okay, my mentor and now my fallen legend, idol person.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, like,
it
it-
was not the most perfect person,
Yeah.
Definitely.
So-
And that's exactly it. And this movie dealt with a lot of, I've got to take over for my mentor now, like I'm not ready for it, that kind of stuff, coming of age almost.
Well, didn't they kind of talk about it? Didn't Happy kind of talk about it
Yeah.
towards the end
Oh, yeah.
about
Yep.
how
in case you
Iron
missed
Man
it,
is-
they definitely
yeah.
told you at the end.
Yeah, like
Right.
Iron Man he was not perfect.
Right,
Tony
exactly.
Stark is not perfect.
Yep.
They hit on that for sure.
And can we just talk about Happy, the last two MCU movies?
Dude.
I love
He's
Happy.
had such a
great.
small role in both of them. Like, he's still a part, but he's a smaller role.
Yeah.
And he just has these moments that are just like, yeah, he's the comic relief, but he has these moments that are just absolutely touching. When
yeah.
he was with Tony Stark's daughter in Endgame and, like,
The hamburger line.
Yeah.
the hamburger. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
Tears.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love how they're playing with these established Marvel characters. Like, I like the
Right.
fact that, like, Aunt May and Happy are, like, sort of dating / seeing each other / whatever. Like,
Yeah, that is
that
pretty
plays for me.
funny.
Like, it's pretty funny. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like when they have fun with the characters, I
Right.
guess. So.
And I love how when Happy's not on screen, he's out directing Lion King and
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
Mhm.
Right.
Casually.
It's casually
He
on the
fits
side.
perfectly
Making
because he can do
cabanos.
what he wants to do and then also be in movies.
Yeah, right.
It's fantastic.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's definitely part of the reason why I love this movie. And Mysterio was so well done. Jake Gyllenhaal, I like him as an actor. I won't say love because I've seen him in some real stinkers too, but
Yeah.
there are some
It's
things.
been a while since
I
he's
will
been
s-
out.
Yeah.
I will say that a lot of stinkers that he's in isn't because of him.
Yeah,
You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the things I will say, he nailed the role in Nightcrawler, for example.
Yes.
Right.
But I hated that movie because
Yeah.
it just made me feel so sleazy and like
Yeah,
just
it
gross
was
at the end of
Mission
it.
accomplished in
Very
some way.
Exactly,
right?
and
But,
that's
yeah.
exactly what they were shooting for. But
Yeah.
it's not because of him. He played the part perfectly.
Yeah, no, like, well, I think I would say he kind of channeled that energy a little bit. He plays the neurotic,
Yeah.
character really, really well.
Yeah.
And I really liked seeing that from him, especially
Yeah.
when he was interacting with his, I don't know what to call him, his cohorts, his cast, I guess,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
team. So, yeah.
And let's get to it. Another reason why this movie was great for me, the mid-credit scene.
Oh my gosh.
That was so.
So there are 2 post-credit scenes.
Two
You're
talking
talking
about the first. I'm
one.
talking about the first
Yep.
one. The second one was all right.
It's fine.
It's
That's like greater implications for the
yeah,
wider
right.
and
universe.
like it affects the universe, that kind of stuff.
Wait, can we go over the second? I remember the first one, but what was the second?
The second one was basically we learned that what is this, Skrull?
The Skrulls.
Oh,
Skrull.
right.
The
Yeah.
Skrulls were
Samuel L. Jackson.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Nick Fury and Maria
And
Hill,
Maria
which is
Hill
why they
were
were
the
both.
Skrulls.
That's why they were both
Yeah.
super dumb. in the whole movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot. That's right.
And it actually kind of works now that you look back, because
Sure.
you're just kind of like, oh yeah, that
A
makes
lot
sense
of
now.
this movie works in retrospect, which I want to tap on as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
once you go back, it's kind of when you're watching it, you're just like, all right, why is
Nick Fury so gullible? Why is he buying this stuff
Yeah,
hook, line, and
exactly.
sinker?
yeah. And so that's part of it too. But I wanted to get back to the mid-credit one.
Oh yeah,
J. Jonah Jameson is back.
yes, J.K.
And
Simmons.
As JK.
And
Crucial.
couldn't be anybody better, so they just said, we're going to go back with it.
Yeah, I love the fact that I was because I was of the mind that I didn't want J. Jonah Jameson in the MCU because I didn't want to have to deal with a recast, right?
Right.
Because he's
Yeah.
but they also weirdly took a lot. I don't know. I'm not going to say like they copied from the game or whatever, but like he has a very
Took
similar
from the
role
video
that he
game,
did
yeah,
from
yeah.
the PS4 game, where J.
He
Jonah
runs
Jameson's now part of like a kind of like a conspiracy podcast.
InfoWars kind of
InfoWars-esque,
thing.
Alex Jones-esque figure now,
Yeah.
which really fits, I think.
Did
so.
JK do the voice in the game too?
No,
Do we know?
it's a different
Okay,
guy.
Different
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost nailed it, but he wasn't.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
it's-
could definitely go. You can tell he was going for that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. That whole thing, plus the fact that Spider-Man's identity is revealed, like, it was...
To
it was
the world.
To the
Yeah,
world.
to the
Yeah.
world.
Well,
Yeah.
And
I feel like we always run into a story with, like, I feel like there's a ton of Spider-Man stories in the comic books where he has to deal with when the city of New York is against him or whatever,
Right.
you know, so I'm
Yep.
excited to see that in film.
And like what John Watts, the director, has said is that he is shooting to add Kraven the Hunter,
Yep.
which I think is a perfect fit for it, because now he knows Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He knows to follow both of them, kind of thing. If he's going to somehow lead a normal life, which he probably won't.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just one of those things where Kraven the Hunter could be very well done again, like another bad guy that's kind of like off the beaten path a little bit.
Definitely, yeah.
Yep.
A little lesser known, less flashy. Right?
Exactly.
So,
like what his job is he's a hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he just
I'll say this: all these villains, even though we're talking Sinister Six level guys with Vulture, and then Kraven as well later on in a different version, but Mysterio's kind of like a B+ level villain.
Definitely,
You
yeah.
know, and the fact that he worked so well, Vulture worked very well
Right.
in the last one.
these are very goofy villains that they've made kind
Yeah.
of work.
Well, they've resisted
Definitely.
the temptation just to go back to the wall and be like, oh, let's bring Green Goblin back, you know,
Doc
like,
Ock,
or
you
Doc
know,
Ock,
Doc Ock.
yeah, exactly.
And, like,
Those
I
are the
still-
iconic villains.
Yes.
for Spider-Man.
And I still think Doc Ock can be brought in, especially if they go
sure.
Sinister
And
Six
Green
route.
Goblin too. I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
Yeah. If they go Sinister Six route, they can definitely bring these guys in.
Yeah.
Especially because we've seen Electro, we've seen Scorpion. Like, all these guys exist from the first movie.
It's almost
Yeah.
kind of the opposite. They almost like the opposite approach that the Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like 2 did, I should say.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
like Amazing Spider-Man 2 was immediately like, all right, we're bringing in Rhino, we're bringing in Electro, and we're bringing in the Hobgoblin back. You know, like
Right.
all like 3 at once. You know, and it's
These
just, like,
ones all
yikes.
kind of exist already, where you don't have to do much of an origin for them.
Yeah.
And then you can add one character. Like, for my Sinister Six movie that I imagine, Rhino's causing trouble. He gets picked up right away, and then they all meet in jail and then decide to break out together, get
Sure.
revenge on Spider-Man together.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I will give it 4.5 web shooters out of 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
And I think
Wow.
that's my highest ranking so far.
That
out of
is
5.
your wow.
That's.
You really like
that-
I
That's-
really
that's-
like
you
this
really
movie.
like
I told you guys. Like,
Yeah.
it
The
might
mine,
just-
mine was blown walking out of the theater.
Yeah.
I think.
I will
Yeah.
say this: the less you know about who Mysterio is, which I think Claire, you're probably in that camp.
Oh,
going
yeah,
into
I know
the-
Yeah.
nothing.
So did you?
I'm
So did you
So-
see the heel
So-
turn coming at all?
So Mike kind of had given me a heads up because I was like, "What? I don't know. Who is this Mysterio?" And
Sure.
he's like, "He's known for, you know,
Creating
Illusions.
these
Yeah,
illusions.
he's bad.
Yeah.
obviously he's a villain.
Don't
So-
trust this fishbowl.
Right?
ass.
Don't trust him. Basically, is what he
Oh,
said.
okay,
So,
gotcha.
And all the previews, it shows him as some like, oh, he's a great super or
Yep,
whatever
yep,
he
yep.
is.
He's
Finding
not
And
zero-
so the
finding-
whole-
Quentin Beck.
Yeah.
So like the whole movie, I was like waiting for the ball to drop. Then when it dropped, I was like, Oh, I just thought it was such a good twist. As someone who like
Sure.
doesn't know the comics and like doesn't know
Right.
Yeah.
any of that, I thought it was just such a good twist. And then
Yeah.
when it happened, I was like the whole bar scene. I was like, that fucker.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Bar scene was
No.
really well done.
It
yeah.
was really
It
good.
was because
cute.
I was
I love
so
that
confused
reveal.
for
Yeah,
a second.
yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you exactly right on. Like you knew it was going to drop. You didn't know when.
Yeah.
Sure.
But how it did, it really like caught me off guard. Like for a split second, I was like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
And then I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With me, I was watching it. These guys are in full uniform still, outside of their head stuff. And I'm like, how are they not really like standing out to any of the other people in the bar? Like no one's looking
I
at
thought
them.
that too,
Oh
actually.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, this is so fucking weird. Like, how did they overlook that?
No, that's a
And
good
then
point.
It's
You're
just
right.
like, then the reveal happens, and I'm like, oh, okay. This is like all mapped out. A lot of the lines that Mysterio was saying, especially early in the movie, I'm like, oh my god, this is like a fucking cheese fest. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want any part of this, which is like in the trailer and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It was all a character. Like
Yeah.
Right.
these were like written lines for him to say.
I
This
love
is
that they got
design.
meta with it, where it was
Exactly.
just like he came with this ridiculous story of being from the multiverse, because people will eat up anything at this point. I'm like, damn,
that-
dude, I feel attacked.
That, yeah, me too.
Multiverse blip. Like yeah.
yeah,
all right,
yeah, right. He's like the Earth 616.
Oh,
What
can someone
bullshit.
explain something to me about the blip? Okay,
Yeah.
so...
The event is the blip.
Yep. So all the kids, right? They were basically evaporated or whatever you
Sure.
want to call it,
Snapped.
like Thanos, and then they came back. That one kid who is older now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he did not.
He did not get blipped.
He did not get blipped.
He did not,
He just
The
grew
one
up
who, you
Yeah.
mean the one who had a crush on
On MJ.
on MJ.
on MJ,
Yep.
yeah.
So why is he still in the class with them? Like that
So
was my question.
what they said was basically the school was shut down because they didn't know what happened,
Oh.
and like that it's
So that
very
doesn't make sense.
Wait,
For
wait, wait,
5
wait, wait, wait.
years,
Yeah.
it shut
it,
down.
it's a
Oh
very
wait, so
like
he was in the same class as them, and like before the blip, and then
Yeah, 'cause
stayed
he was,
inside
yeah.
class.
that character was in the previous movie.
yeah.
Oh.
He was in Homecoming.
Right.
They allude to
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah.
And so like that's the idea anyway. Or
That was the only thing that
there's
confused
two
me.
explanations that I've seen around because they didn't really explain it. It
Sure.
was that, and then the other explanation was they now go to a charter school that just has he's not in the same grade as them. It's just this whole school-wide trip that
Oh.
had all of these people together,
Huh.
Oh.
and both really don't.
I don't get that.
Yeah,
either.
Don't
whatever.
I was
it's fine.
confused about the
I
blip,
can
too.
forgive the movie for that because it was a good gag of like, oh man, suddenly this guy's a hunk, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, it's a nitpick if anything.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah,
you know.
and
Yeah.
that's exactly it. It's a nitpick. It's like one of those things where like it just kind of. I don't even think the writers believed it. It was just more so.
Oh,
Alright, let's
sure.
just gloss
Yeah,
over
yeah.
this and make it a joke.
I gotta say, pivoting a little bit, I gotta give props to the at least the first Mysterio illusion scene. I thought the montage of
I think that was the
Yeah.
best
That was the
directed
high-
scene in the movie.
that
Yeah.
was a highlight of
Yeah.
of the film. for
Yeah.
me,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
It was beautiful. It was
Perfectly
really well done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It was
So-
completely disorienting. It does everything that you want it to do.
exactly.
And
Yep.
like
That's
you
what I was
didn't-
looking for out of a Mysterio fight. If that
Right.
makes
And
sense.
you didn't know
So-
he was gonna get hit by a train then too.
Yeah,
Like,
right,
it's-
right.
And plus the zombie Iron Man with like half skeleton face, half
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And what I love the most about this villain in particular, the reinterpretation where the original Mysterio in the comics, he was working in Hollywood as a special effects person, and this is like literal smoke and mirrors kind of guy.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, this reinterpretation of the character, it's still a quote-unquote filmmaker kind of role. He's almost a director, how he's bossing people around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Got very
Karen,
meta
yes,
with
I
that.
still need the cape.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
he's
Make
even
this
thinking about
louder. Do
wardrobe.
this.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Make this more dangerous. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Exactly. Like he understands it's more theatrics than anything else.
Right.
And I thought Jake Gyllenhaal just sunk his teeth into
He
that.
Oh yeah,
definitely
It
did.
was
he's
Yeah.
great.
so
Man.
much
He
fun
really
to watch.
was.
Dude, it's a trip watching you watch like there's like I think Vanity Fair did an interview with him or something, where there's like basically like breaking down the scenes in the trailer, and like you can totally tell like the part where he's just bullshitting the part, like because they're still ostensibly pretending he's a hero, right? So
Yeah.
like he just explains like, yeah, Mysterio's this guy from this other dimension, this other version of Earth, and you can just kind of tell like he hams it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
hilarious to watch. So,
All right, so
yeah,
we'll
anyways.
go. All right, let's give our rankings for it.
Okay.
Sure.
So how many? Okay. So what do we have?
Are we
have
doing the Tobey
Spider-Man 1 through
Maguires?
3.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
we're ranking our Spider-Man.
Sam
Yes.
Raimi
Okay,
ones.
got it.
Sam Raimi ones.
Sam Raimi ones.
Amazing
Ama-
1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Homecoming and Far From
So
Home.
there's
So
seven.
seven of them.
Yeah.
Seven. Okay.
So yeah, solo Spider-Man film, Civil War does not count.
Civil War, I'm not
Right,
kidding.
so-
No.
Okay,
Spider-Man.
got it.
Infinity War.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
I mean, I'm going Amazing Spider-Man 2 7.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 6,
Uh-huh.
and that's tight with Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1.
So what number is that? 4?
Yep.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2
Okay.
Homecoming
Wow.
Far From Home.
Okay.
Jeez. Yeah.
I
Wow.
like these new ones
You
a
love
lot.
the MCU.
You do really like,
I
yeah,
like these new ones a lot.
definitely.
So that's my
Respect. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. My turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
We're gonna bottom is definitely Amazing Spider-Man 2. That
Yeah.
movie made me sad. And I struggle because Amazing Spider-Man 1 I think is a better movie than Spider-Man 3. Like it's a more cohesive thing. I feel like it has better things going on, but I have more fun with Spider-Man 3. So I'm gonna go Amazing 2, then Amazing 1, then Spider-Man 3. Personal enjoyment. Those are same as you, very close.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man Far From Home, Homecoming, and then 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
My bottom 2 are the Amazing Spider-Man. Like,
Yes,
you can
right.
just put those in whatever order you want.
Right.
But really,
2 and 1.
number 2 is definitely the worst. God, they were going for the Gwen Stacy storyline. That's rough.
Yeah, right. No,
Yeah,
you
it's the
can't.
same thing with the Dark Phoenix storyline. They're like, guys,
Well,
you can't botch it. Well, you can, clearly. but
yeah.
Clearly.
Well, and you
Anyway.
need to do something different than just she's the girl that dies. You know, like
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be different stakes.
Well,
And
Spider-Verse
I
is so
love
good.
how they
Anyways.
reimagined MJ in the MCU, by the way.
Same,
because
same,
of that reason.
same.
Yeah.
Anyway, those 2. And then, what do we got now? So we got the MCU movies and then the Raimi ones, right?
Raimi ones,
I'm going to go Spider-Man 3, obviously.
Yep.
I will go Far From Home, number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I will go Homecoming, number 3. Spider-Man 1, number 2.
Wow.
And then Spider-Man 2, number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
do-
like
I-
the Raimi ones.
I
You
love
like
the
the
Raimi
Raimi
ones
yeah.
because when I think comic book movies,
Yes.
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
comic book
Those
movies.
are
Okay.
comic book
And those
movies.
are,
Yeah. Very
I think
campy.
Sam Raimi, for a lot of, obviously the filmmakers who followed him, kind of defined how to make these successful.
Sure.
And especially for the Spider-Man character, how to play with the dynamic with him and villains.
Yeah.
And I think those 2 movies do a really good job, especially number 2. Definitely.
Yeah,
Alfred
number 2
Molina
is
was
hard to
really
top.
good.
He
Doc
was
Ock, too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
then just
And
that the train scene was just
Yeah, that
so
was-
good.
that was
And-
well done.
and they weren't afraid to be campy. Which
Definitely not.
number 3 they went off the rails.
Yeah.
But numbers 1 and 2 they definitely had a better tone
Yeah.
when it came to that.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion.
Nice.
I literally I can't remember ever watching the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
That pretty much says all you need to say
Yeah.
though.
And then it's been so long since I've seen the regular Spider-Man movies that I don't remember.
Yeah.
Except for that stupid upside down kiss. And then
The upside down kiss doesn't do anything for you. That's dumb.
you can't see my eyes rolling to the back of my head, but
Yeah.
they're there.
It is cheesy.
I don't know. I'm impartial to the MCU, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I really like the MCU. I honestly like. I'm just pleased as peaches with how they've handled Spider-Man in the MCU.
And they do such a great job of obviously rewarding people who are MCU fans.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
I feel like if you're a casual Spider-Man fan and don't have time to watch 18 other movies,
Yeah.
like you are more than on pace of like, okay, here's what's going on. They established the Tony Stark thing like
Yeah.
directly in the first one.
Right.
And then you don't even need to see Civil War to really get it.
no.
Right.
So anyway, I really enjoyed how they did that.
Yeah.
They have such a great way of incorporating the entire universe.
Well, and I think that's why I like them because I understand them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a comic book person.
Sure.
Like I'm not. So all the MCU ones, I understand w's happening and they incorporate. I don't know.
Did we
Bias,
talk about
but-
Ned at all?
We did not talk
Dude,
about that.
Ned.
Guys, come on!
Whoa.
He steals so many scenes.
He's
I
so
does.
good. I love Ned.
I love Ned.
I think-
I had a harder time with Ned in this one.
Well, just because you
Why?
didn't like his whole subplot with the
They just
relationship.
didn't have anything for him to do.
What are you
was
talking
what-
about? Yeah.
He was
He
comic
had a
relief.
relationship.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. Whoa.
That was his whole plot, though.
That's how
his
you
whole plot.
interpreted that? He was the comic relief.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah,
definitely.
but-
And like, come
yeah.
on.
He's
you
always
didn't-
been the comic
you
relief,
didn't
but he
have-
had more to do in the first
You
one.
didn't have a
That's what I'm
friend
saying.
in high school that jumped into a relationship, was
Yeah.
like, I'm a man now, and this is who
Baby,
I
I
am.
love
and it's
you.
just like,
Let me do
okay.
this for
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Like texting each other while they're sitting
I
next to
don't.
each other.
I love the moments where Spider-Man is out of webbing, where he's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
basically
Oh, yeah.
on his
Oh,
own.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So having Ned not being like some sidekick or whatever didn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, is that what you mean? Like, you wanted him to be more
no,
involved?
no, no. It's just and I'm saying this as I didn't mind what Ned was doing. It
Okay.
was just I felt like he was just kind of almost written off the other way, where it was just like, now we don't have to explain why Ned's not getting in the way of things. He's obsessed with this girl now. And like I get that, but at the same time it was just kind of like I liked when he was the man in the chair.
Well, I'll say this. How many times was he the man in the chair in Homecoming?
Twice at least.
So he was at the end,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, it's Spider-Man fighting Vulture on an airplane. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fair.
right.
And then it's Spider-Man saving a
Like
boat
Ned's
from
not
splitting
giving.
in
Ned's
half.
not
Yeah.
giving.
You know what I mean?
Ned's
But
like,
I'm not saying that. I'm not.
Right. He's not like an Oracle kind of...
He's not.
Yeah, I
he's
don't
not.
want
He's
him
not
to
calling
be-
Peter on his cell phone to like, you got to push through that rubble, Peter. You know,
Right.
like it's yeah.
And that's not what I'm looking for.
Maybe I want that.
Actually,
With that line reading?
yeah.
Yes.
You look like you didn't know
You
you
gotta
wanted.
push through that rubble, Peter!
Peter.
All right, we've
Oh,
talked
I got this!
we've talked way too much about Spider-Man. Come on.
I love Spider-Man.
I do too. Yeah, we can talk all night about Spider-Man.
The kids
but-
are great. The kids
Yeah.
are great.
Yep.
Love it.
All right, we're gonna go to the next one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so it's me, right?
So it's you, buddy.
Yep. So I watched what I like to introduce to people as Disney's first rated R movie in a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a technicality because they inherited this from Fox.
Okay.
And that is Stuber! Stuber! So that is starring my main man, Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista. That's my
That's his
guy.
real name.
Yeah.
Well, who knows at this point, right? So
Still Dave Bautista.
okay, that's your opinion. And then we
I
have-
like to refer to him more as the guy from Hotel Artemis.
Oh, he was in Hotel Artemis.
Yes, he was.
That's
It was-
right.
It was.
I don't even-
It was a movie.
That was a very violent movie. From
It
what I
was a
heard.
very violent movie.
I
and
wanted to see that, and I just never did.
I wanted it to be better than it was.
Ah, okay.
And it wasn't bad. It was.
Did he have a big role in that? Or did he like a speaking role?
So
Was he like a hitman?
okay, we're gonna talk about Hotel Artemis.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
we could push off Stuber talk. if you
Yeah, let's
want.
talk Hotel Artemis. Okay, so basically the whole idea of Hotel Artemis is these assassins go to this hotel where
Yeah.
they get stitched up. It's a hospital. It's 3 people at a time. They don't take any more.
This is Jodie. This is that Jodie Foster film.
Yes.
She directed it, yeah.
So she is the main doctor,
Yeah.
and Dave Bautista is the nurse.
Mm.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
just-
Yeah,
so it's
Merces unite.
And it's just, but it's more so played for laughs than anything. Like,
Mhm.
yes, he is a male nurse that is actually pretty awesome at points.
Drew
But for the most part, it is definitely played up like, oh, look at this ridiculously big guy. He's a nurse. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, don't hate on male nurses.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying, though.
I know. I'm just saying in general.
Well,
They're
I
the
know.
Arms up.
backbone of most departments.
Let me tell you right now,
As
nurses
a-
are amazing.
Yeah, preach.
I am marrying one,
Preach.
and she is the best thing in my life.
That's right.
Who's he referring to?
I don't understand what's
Yeah,
going on here.
neither
do
It's,
I.
You guys are
but
missing the
that's-
joke, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
following. Anyways.
Anyways.
But
we
basically,
digress.
he doesn't get a lot of action sequences. He gets a
Oh.
lot more like, oh, the power's out. You got to go run and fix the power. Oh,
Gotcha.
you got to go.
But does he have room to be funny?
No,
That's
another
That's
part
rough.
of it.
because
He
he
has
is
a
hilarious.
little
Yeah.
bit of stuff,
Yeah.
but not amazing amount of it. And so, like, Hotel Artemis was very forgettable.
Yeah.
It was fine, but it was, as we said last week about Dark Phoenix, it could be a lot better. The problem more so was it was just boring, which is a sin on itself.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Dark Phoenix, if it was bad, it probably would have had a higher ranking in my mind.
Yeah.
More because it was boring to me. Like, it was
Exactly.
so unremarkable.
And that's exactly what this movie
Yeah.
is. It's sitting at a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay.
Middle of the road, like,
And we're talking still Hotel Artemis?
yeah.
Okay, good, because Stuber has the exact same rating on IMDb.
Wow.
6.1 out of
That's
10.
funny.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I guess that's a segue. We got Batista in the starring role. Stuber is actually Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
Kumail.
And Stuber is actually not a good nickname. It's because he is an Uber driver, but his name is Stu as well.
Yeah.
Oh, so Stuber.
So Stuber.
I was mad at that title.
So Stuber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like, we need to name this movie something, so here's the main character, I suppose. But anyway, it's about, basically, have you guys ever seen the movie Collateral? The Michael Mann
Yes.
movie
Yes.
with Jamie Foxx
Yes.
Yes.
and
Yes.
Tom Cruise. That is the plot, essentially, of a guy commandeering a taxi driver, or in this case, an Uber driver, to go around LA and to solve a mystery or to get after someone that they're hunting. And that's what Dave Bautista's doing with Kumail, and this is just the comedic version of that, set in broad daylight instead of in the middle of the night, just like in Collateral, and a lot less serious and a lot less good. So
Collateral was good.
Collateral was good. I really liked it. So the best parts of the movie, in my opinion, were Kumail and Bautista playing off each other. These are two very, very funny actors who have very different ways of going about comedy. Bautista is obviously very physical. His line delivery is also sneaky good.
Okay.
And he's just a big goof when he has to be.
Sure.
But he also could be very threatening because of how big he is.
Yeah.
And then Kumail is more witty. He's more facial expression and all that different stuff. And I thought that balance was fine in a lot of different scenes. The best parts in the movie.
I would love to see a movie with them together where they're just kind of like, most of their lines are just ad-libbed. Because I think actually they could pull that off. Like, you have like the plot. I want a well-done plot, but most of their interaction is like a little more ad-libby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the best scenes, I guess, well, I'm not sure how much of this movie was ad-libbed at all.
Yeah.
But when they're interacting directly at each other. So they're the only two in the room, the only two in the scene. That's what I thought was best. They have this whole big, sometimes bros just got to fight it out, They fought it out in the middle of a sporting goods store. And a big plot point is that Dave Bautista had LASIK surgery at the very beginning of the film. So he's like slowly coming back from blindness as this movie is going on.
I was wondering why he needed an Uber.
Yeah.
Yes, so he needed an Uber
Okay.
because he couldn't drive his car, and he comedically drove his car into a pothole, and he called the Uber. So anyway, that's where this whole thing starts.
Gotcha. I was very confused why he needed an Uber in the first place.
Yeah, so I guess to briefly go over the plot, Dave Bautista works for the LAPD. He has been on the tail of this drug trade that's been going on in Los Angeles, and it opens with him and his original partner getting shot and killed, and then he has to go out and get his revenge, and then also find the guys who are doing the drug trade.
Okay.
Anyway, he's blind at the beginning of the movie for all intents and purposes, and then that's when Kumail comes in.
So
as the Uber driver.
I have a question looking at this cast.
Yeah.
How did Karen Gillan get in this?
So she was the partner at the very beginning of the movie.
Oh, so she dies quickly.
Yeah, so it's a
Aw.
little little Guardians of the Galaxy reunion at the beginning.
Oh.
And when I saw her, immediately I'm like, oh, she's gonna die.
Damn.
Because she was not in any of the promotional material or anything.
Right.
And
That's why I was shocked, is because she's a big name to be in this
she's
movie.
a big name
and
now. Exactly. So it's just like, well, she's like, I know she's gonna die, and unfortunately, that also sets the tone for how predictable this movie is.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are some good laughs in there. Again, the sporting goods store scene I thought was great.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good one-liners. Kumail is trying to, like, his quote-unquote love interest is a girl who that he is opening a spin, like a bicycle. What's it? A spin class.
Like spin class. Yeah.
A spin class. That's all they do at this gym is spin class.
Is that Natalie Morales, or not?
No. So she is Dave Bautista's daughter.
I thought they were. Okay, never mind.
If you've ever seen Glow, I don't
Yeah.
know the actress's name.
Okay.
She plays Liberty Bell in Glow.
Okay.
That is Kumail's initial love interest in the film.
Going to figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway, basically he is getting blue-balled by her. Just
Okay.
put in the friend zone.
Alright.
And a lot of great lines are coming from Dave Bautista about him like not nutting up and telling her how he feels. So anyway, it's all these different little nuggets of things, but it doesn't make for a good 90 minutes.
Okay.
So as I was saying before the podcast, this movie overall did not think it was worth going to the theaters for, but I think this would have been perfect on Netflix. This would have been a perfect direct-to-Netflix release, very casual movie. You'll get a couple laughs in it, but you could do stuff in the background. Yeah, that's her.
Betty Gilpin.
Betty Gilpin. There you go. So she's great in Glow. Very limited role in this, so I can't really, comment on her acting, but she did what she had to do.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
She's a love interest. That's what.
Yeah.
It's rough with love
And a
interests
lot
sometimes.
of her scenes are taking place on Kumail's iPhone because they're FaceTiming each other.
Okay.
Because he's constantly driving Bautista around.
That's a unique idea.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's just one way. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, my thing is, I'm not FaceTiming as often as Kumail and what's her name?
Betty Gilpin.
Betty. We're doing this entire movie. I don't think I FaceTimed that much in the past 2 years than they did in those 90 minutes of the movie. So anyway, I thought it was like a little bit of like, oh, we need to get this actress on screen as opposed to just her voice.
Right.
So anyway, as a theater release, I'm going to give Stuber 1.5 stars. And I'm saying stars
because Uber. Yeah. This is the one time I'll accept stars.
Yeah.
1.5 stars out of 5.
What if it was Netflix? Would
Maybe.
you give it the same?
I give it a 2.
Okay.
It goes up to a 2.
Just curious.
But that's like a high on average for, direct to Netflix movies in my experience with Netflix.
Because you saw Triple Frontier on the podcast.
I saw Triple Frontier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and the prequel Double Frontier is coming out next year.
Is it
really?
No.
Okay.
It's
like,
I was going to be really bad. I was going to be really
Double
bad.
Frontier.
I can't wait until Quadruple Frontier.
Yes. So
no, I did not watch Bird Box, but T-Dog did, right?
T-Dog did.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
T-Dog was lukewarm on it.
He was lukewarm. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I did not watch that.
I didn't either.
I will say
hype was too much.
Netflix does better with their series and docs than they do with their
I would
movies
agree
at
with
this
that.
point. So, anyway, 1.5.
Okay.
All right, Andre.
Andre.
All right.
So you didn't lose.
I didn't lose.
But you still somehow saw a bad movie?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was...
dating life, man.
Yeah, it's rough. We watched Hansel and Gretel Vampire Hunters.
Wait,
Vampire Hunters? I didn't know it was called Vampire Hunters.
Yeah.
I thought it was this
Witch Hunters. Witch Hunters. Yeah. I said with such confidence too.
Yeah, like you were selling me. I'm like, did they make a direct to Netflix sequel or something?
No. Yeah.
Who stars in this wonderful movie?
This is Jeremy Renner, and then I feel bad. I don't know her.
Gemma Arterton.
Gemma Arterton.
Wow.
You would know her if you saw her.
No. Yeah, right. Like I recognize her, but
Peter Stormare's in this.
Yeah, Peter Stormare's in this movie.
Famke Janssen.
What year did this come out?
2013.
2013, so it's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute, yeah. And
sticking with our IMDb rankings, 6.1 out of 10.
6.1?
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like we have to fill out a bingo card.
Yeah, right.
Triple 6.1s.
Right.
Wow.
So
Yes.
this is Jeremy Renner coming 1 year off of Avengers, right? Avengers 2012, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Jeez. Woof. Yeah. So this movie. Okay. So I knew going into this is going to be a bad movie, and I was hoping that it would be a fun bad movie.
Sure.
Like you have a good time with it. Like you can make fun of it and whatever. But honestly, I'm struggling to recall what happened in it because it kind of just wasn't anything. Like I thought it was going like it couldn't decide if it wanted to be a parody on like a fantasy movie or just a generic action adventure movie, and it kind of falls somewhere in the middle, and it's not particularly fun, and it's not particularly funny, and it's not particularly like cool either.
So okay, explain the plot for excuse me, for people who have not watched the movie.
Yeah, right.
Bless
so
you.
the plot
everybody.
is basically the movie opens up with the classic Hansel and Gretel story. They basically their parents shoo them away basically to go wander around the woods.
Breadcrumbs.
They follow breadcrumbs, go to the witch's house, and then where it immediately deviates is that Gretel gets tortured, Hansel nuts up, and basically just murders the shit out of the witch.
How old are they?
They're 9.
Kids.
They're kids.
Okay, so
yeah,
they are
it's
kids.
they're young
Okay,
kids.
got it.
And so then he brutalizes the witch, shoves her in the fireplace, and then from then on they swear to become witch hunters, I guess. So
That's pretty metal, dude.
yeah, right. Which
What
is
a
okay.
great open.
Again, it's okay, yeah, sure. And then it shows a montage.
Shitting on this thing, but I'm gonna defend it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So basically, they're established. It just jumps forward to when they're in their late 20s or however old they're supposed to be, and they're the world's most renowned witch hunters, basically. And they have all these elaborate gadgets and stuff, all these weird, not steampunk, but Victorian punk weapons, and yeah, I don't know. At the very beginning, they show some fun gun kata stuff, which is dumb and cheesy as hell. There's a brief action sequence where they're taking down this witch. I'm okay, if it's just this movie, I can laugh at it and it's fine. But that's the only fight scene until the very
who's
end.
the big bad in this?
So the big bad is Dark Phoenix of old. What's her name?
Famke
Janssen.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So she's the big
Wow.
bad witch. She's
Okay.
I don't know.
This isn't a mystery. Like, we know that she's the big bad.
Yeah. She's immediately established.
hiding.
And the main crux is that they're kidnapping specific children in this village because if they get their blood, they'll be immune to fire, so they can't get burned at the stake. So like that's the main crux of the thing. And so Hansel and Gretel are trying to solve
I'm
what's
sorry,
that?
this sounds really stupid.
Yeah, no, it's really dumb.
I haven't seen this since 2013.
Yeah,
and you're reminding me of it.
Okay, good. I'm struggling to remember the details. So basically, Hansel and Gretel are trying to solve this mystery. Like, wow, like all these children are getting randomly kidnapped. Like, I wonder why.
As they're picking up breadcrumbs off the
right. Like,
off the ground.
Yeah.
It's a really good snack.
And right.
Is this whole wheat?
Yeah.
We're gluten-free now.
Yeah, gluten-free.
Gluten-free breadcrumbs.
And so like that's like they're like trying to figure why are these witches capturing these children? We got to figure it out. And yeah, I don't know. This movie just kind of meanders. There's this weird romantic subplot with this other, like Jeremy Renner has this romance with this other person who's very obviously a witch, but she keeps it hidden, which is dumb because they've established that they can sense witches because Gretel is part witch. Gretel's mom was their mom was a witch.
She was Wiccan or something like
that. No, like their mom was just a straight up witch, but one of the good witches. Like there's good witches and bad witches.
Well, that's why I thought it was Wiccan because she's not full on witch, but
she's half witch. Maybe. Okay, gotcha. So she's half witch, and apparently only girls can be witches. Like so, Jeremy Renner doesn't have the witch sensing abilities.
That is sexist.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hashtag.
Men can be witches too.
Men can be witches too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a really forced romantic subplot with this like mysterious lady who is definitely not a witch, but she's definitely a witch. Yeah, and then they also established this thing where Jeremy Renner, like, for whatever reason, has to take this giant, cartoonishly large, like insulin shot almost,
Yeah, you're saying it was steampunk technology.
Yeah, it was like a steampunk, so steampunk vein, like, literally, like, I'm gesturing, it's like 3 times as big as this bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Like, he's like talking to this good witch lady, but they don't know is a witch.
That's really weird, because that's not a bottle.
What do you mean?
It's 3 times the bottle of beer?
Whatever, it's a can. Whatever, you know what I mean.
It's a tall boy.
You're picking up what I put down. Boy. Anyways.
I'm painting a picture for the audience.
So he's like...
out your bullshit.
He sidelines the conversation. He's like, oh, sorry. And like doubles down. He's like, I have to take... Like, his alarm clock goes off. He's like, oh, shit. And he rummages around and injects the thing into his arms like, if I don't do this when this alarm goes off, I'll die. And they never explain why that happens. Like, why that's a thing.
That's the best part of the movie.
Yeah. And then the best part is, it never comes up ever again until the very, very end. Like, we were watching, we were like, they haven't touched on the insulin thing, have they? And then literally the final climax, like, he's struggling, sorry to jump around for spoilers, but he's struggling against Dark Phoenix, and she's about to go in for the kill, and he's like, oh, and struggling, like, oh no, the alarm clock goes off. and he's like, no! And then Gretel has to kick the insulin shot over to Jeremy Renner so he can inject it. Yeah.
But they never explain why.
No, yeah. I mean, if they did have missed it, I guess, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Does it have to do with when they were children? And
maybe, like, he got injured or something, like when he was at the
witches.
witches. No, it wasn't bitten by, like, it's just...
Something weird.
Yeah, you know?
That's great. I like that plot point.
Yeah, you do? Okay.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, so...
It just sounds so over the top. I can still see Jeremy Renner just be like, fuck it, I'm bought in.
Yeah, right. Well, it'd be fun if they brought it up again at some point, you know? And just the fact that it's an alarm clock that's like, oh no, I have literally 30 seconds to take this. They couldn't have done it like maybe like, give yourself an hour leeway or something like that. Whatever. It's fine.
That's so lazy. I love it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, how do we raise the stakes here?
Yeah.
Okay, so he has this gigantic thing. They need to stick in his arm. Let's establish that early, but never bring it up again.
Yeah.
End.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Exactly. And all of the... I will say, this movie has a very weird fetish with exploding heads. Like, everybody's heads just explode like jelly.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's half a Kingsman, too.
No, yeah, but
Stuber
Kingsman,
had a couple of those. I kid you not.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was pretty
But wait, Kingsman is fun, though. Like, Kingsman, you have good choreography. Like, that church
scene...
But
you just want... Well, yeah, but the church scene's fine. I'm talking about the end where the heads just blow off.
Oh, well, yeah. But at least, like,
whatever.
that's, like, a plot point because, like, again, it's cheesy and over the top. Well, okay.
That's what Kingsman is.
Well, Kingsman is that kind of cheese done right because they established that they have the ear... the thing in their... planted in their... like, in their heads, right?
But...
Whereas this one, it's just more like, oh, man, every single... Like, this rock happens to fall on this person's head. Or or oh man, this person happened to get kicked in the face. Like there's no, it's just. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's like, oh man, that's like the 17th head I've seen just exploded to jelly. Like, it's alright. I don't know.
Sick, dude.
So you're gonna give it exploding heads?
Yeah, wow, Claire, you called me out. That was
I'm sorry here, you guys. I mean, you're
you started off
Cuts to the
slow,
bullshit.
but
Yeah,
I think
I
you turned
cut
me
to the
around. I
bullshit.
think this is like a 5-star movie.
This is a 5-star
I'm having
movie.
fun.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to come up with other stuff.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no.
Give
it's
it
just,
a ranking.
all right, I'm gonna give this like
Ooh.
I'm gonna give this. All right, so on an actual movie, I'm gonna give it 2 rankings, right?
Okay.
So on like a normal movie scale, average movie,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it like a 1.25 exploding heads out of 5.
Sorry
Okay.
to ruin your moment.
It's alright. No. Because the second one, I'm going to rank it on the bad movie scale, where, bad movies
Room.
can be enjoyable. Yeah, The Room is a 5 out of 5 for me on a bad movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me personally, right?
Yeah.
And then Citizen Kane is a 0.
Citizen Kane is a 0.
On a bad movie scale.
Yeah. So I'm going to give Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, a 2 random unexplained insulin shots out of 5, which is exactly how many
That's all
times.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I want that to be
Man.
higher on that scale.
Exactly. That's why I'm upset with it, right? Because
I
I
like
want it
that.
to be higher. I was like going and be like, oh, this is gonna be like fun to make fun of, and
Should
Yeah.
we introduce that as like for the bad movies?
You think
Have
so?
like a
Movie
second
scale?
like have a
scale?
separate scale.
Because Dark Phoenix would have been like a solid half.
I think yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. If Dark Phoenix, it's
Yeah.
exactly.
So it would have been a
Dark
half
Phoenix,
for both.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
on one end,
That's how bad it
yeah.
is.
That's how bad.
On one end we have The Room, on the other hand we have Dark Phoenix for bad movies.
Yeah.
That's I
There
like
you
that.
go.
I like that a lot.
That's fair.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like of the bad movies I saw, like Leo the Lion might actually on the bad movie scale get
Sure.
like a 4.
Oh,
just because
okay.
That's
like
like,
Wow.
how stupid it
Yeah,
is.
it's
because
so
it's just so
ridiculously,
dumb.
amazingly
Like you can
dumb,
laugh
yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
Me and Audrey were laughing at the vegetarian.
Yeah, no, we
song.
watched that.
Oh yeah,
We watched that
like
song,
you're,
like,
you're
this is
laughing
amazing.
at how bad it is, but like
Yeah.
Yoga Hosers, for example, thinks it's funnier than it is,
Sure.
and it still gets the
Yeah.
0.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
like
yeah.
half.
You
Dude,
gotta hate
and
that.
you know what the worst fucking part is?
Tell me, Andre.
There's no special features on that goddamn DVD. All right,
Oh, wow.
For
Is it
Hansel and
Which
Gretel.
one?
Hansel and
You
Gretel.
have
What?
a DVD
You watched it?
of
Yeah,
Hansel
like
and
with
Gretel.
the
Yeah.
backup. You watched this
Wait.
on an actual
Yeah,
DVD.
we had a physical disc. Yeah,
Who had it? You?
yeah.
You own it?
We picked it up from the library.
Oh.
You went.
Okay,
That's
let's keep going.
effort.
You
That
spent
is
no
effort.
money, but still spent a little money.
Yes.
That's
You spent
effort.
some money on
You
gas.
yeah, you spent like the exact.
Wait, you probably walked to the library. I know where you live.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know where you
I know where
Doesn't
you live.
matter.
Oh Jesus,
Oh, I
man.
know.
But yeah,
That was
no, no, no.
energy
no.
spent.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is energy spent. That's
It
true.
is energy spent.
And time.
Like the
I
funny thing
support
is,
You gotta
I'm
search
ready
for
to
it.
defend this movie because I don't think it's a good movie, but I think it's a decent movie.
Okay.
I don't have it as a bad movie.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and actually, no, let's go to that. Defend this movie, Mike. I really want you to.
So
Please.
I pulled up reviews here, and I think I agree with the Entertainment Weekly one here.
Okay.
E-dub.
Alright.
It's a 42 out of 100,
Okay.
and it says
That's not a good movie.
no, it's not
Yeah.
a good movie, but
Right.
there's much worse. Like their
Yeah.
Metascore is 23.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
a lot more people thought it was worse than this.
Yeah.
Entertainment Weekly said an intermittently fun but overexcited and predictable mismatch.
There you go. Mismatch, you definitely nailed that.
And so
Wow,
I will say
sure.
I agree with that, and the fact that it did get overly excited. It tried to do something that was
Sounds
like,
like me in the bedroom.
Wow.
Right there, guys.
It was right there on the table.
Wow.
I really hope
It
you're a
was
little bit
right
more
there.
well put together than Hansel and
like
Gretel.
I know this is my
Yikes.
equipment, but can I walk out?
Yeah.
I can walk out.
You can walk out. Yeah.
Bye, Claire.
And that was the end of Claire.
Hey, that
we're
was-
taking part of this.
Okay.
Actually, no, they're
That
far
was the
worse.
last appearance
Far
of
worse.
Claire.
So I just thought it was fun. When the action sequences are not meant to be taken seriously.
No. Do not mistake me for taking any part of it seriously. Definitely.
And so it's just it's a fun movie because it's so goofy and ridiculous, and it doesn't mean to
But-
be that way. It's also ridiculous because Jeremy Renner takes it way too seriously.
Which I love.
He
Okay,
does.
that sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
he does,
That
he
sounds
does.
amazing.
And that is exactly why I think this movie is it goes to decent, not bad. I'm not saying it's a good movie by
You know,
any
I know,
means,
I know.
any stretch of the imagination. It's not a good movie. It's just a decent movie. Like I would watch it again, not tomorrow, but in a
Sure.
week.
Wow, really?
Would it surprise you guys to know that Jeremy Renner in his spare time flips houses?
Really?
He also
Yeah.
has
He
a
has
band.
actually-
We
He
talked
has
about
music.
Yeah. See, he flips houses and plays live music.
it. And wasn't he a makeup artist too, or did
I
I
don't
make
know about
that up?
that.
No,
No.
But
I think you're right.
I think
I wouldn't doubt it. I wrote
I
it
know
down,
some
and Jeremy
things.
Renner
She's
is such a
on the-
fascinating
I'm on
human
it.
being.
She's on the
A
search.
Renaissance man.
He's a Renaissance
Jeremy.
fan.
I love Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, no,
And,
Jeremy Renner's
when,
great.
When he takes things seriously, it's just like you just want to watch. Like Tag was a miserable movie except for Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
broke
ready?
his
Broke his arm
arms
for it, yeah.
Literally shooting that movie.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
went all
Funny.
out for a movie about people tagging each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ready? Jeremy Renner is best known for his macho roles, The Hurt Locker and The Town. Really?
Oh, Hurt
But
Locker.
many-
Wait, what do you mean really? How do you say really to that? He was
I didn't know that. I didn't know
he
that.
was
I said-
nominated for
I don't know these things. Back off.
Yeah, he's
Hurt-
not
Hurt
Hawkeye.
Locker's-
What?
He's not Hawkeye.
Hurt Locker's great, and The Town's pretty good.
Well,
I've seen The Town,
Yeah.
I
so
think
that
The
I
Town's
know.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not the movie guru here, so
Uh-huh.
I don't partake. Blah, blah, blah. Fans might be surprised to know that the actor used to be a makeup artist.
Ooh.
Wow. He revealed his past with blush, mascara, and eyeliner.
That's a great sentence.
Wow.
Isn't that always why, like, in his interviews, too, he's always wearing makeup?
He always is wearing like lipstick or lip
Yeah.
gloss or something. And
He
it
always
drives
has
me
some.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
now you're
Wow.
not going to
What?
unsee
Oh,
it.
really?
God.
Wow.
Now you're not
Okay.
going to unsee
Yeah,
it.
go look.
So it has like on his lips or just
I'll just
like,
try to find a picture.
So,
Oh,
like,
goodness.
then we're not talking about, like, when he's going on Jimmy Kimmel or something like
So
that.
No,
just
when they're like
foundation
he's
or
like sitting
whatever.
with the other actors and they're getting like
Yeah.
interviewed about the movie.
Okay.
Like when he's doing an article for Watch Mojo or something like that, like
Watch
a little video.
Mojo. Shout
or
out to
something
Watch
like that.
Mojo.
Yeah, shout out to Watch Mojo.
Big
What's
ups.
wrong with
Big
Watch
ups.
Mojo?
There's nothing wrong with Watch
Yeah,
Mojo.
okay,
They
good.
got Jeremy Renner for an
Yeah.
interview. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So we're
I
gonna.
love Jeremy Renner.
Well, this popped up.
What do you
Google
say?
Jeremy.
So what?
Whoa! What is
Oh
that?
man,
I think
You're
that was
gonna have to-
before
Wow.
the Hurt
But you're-
Locker.
Keep that
So-
photo. We need to
he
put
looks
that
like
on.
Prince in that.
So what
Keep
we're
that photo. That needs to go somewhere.
yeah, what you're
Somewhere.
missing here is
Hey,
the heavy
you know where it
under
can go?
black
Facebook.
It
eyeliner.
could go on our Instagram.
Oh!
You can go on our Instagram.
Yeah.
We're now on Instagram.
Yay!
What
Instagram
a
plug.
segue.
Please like our Instagram. It's at Game for a Movie. We're going to include stuff from behind the scenes. We're going to include information about the cast, like the people that do this podcast.
That includes me and
yeah.
Andre
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Claire,
Yeah.
Sometimes.
and then also sometimes Mike, and then sometimes T-Dog.
Every now and
Sometimes, Mike. Like, I'm always here because I have to have the equipment.
Wow, that's some real behind-the-scenes information
Yeah.
for those listening.
You're welcome. We're going to include more too, but we're going to do some fun stuff, that kind of thing. You're going to see some of the challenges. Like
Yes.
we would do a video of us bowling last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we jump to the closing part of our podcast.
Yeah.
Things you have strong feelings about, one way or the other, coming out soon.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, anybody
Do
want
we
to
just
start?
want to jump in?
Sure.
All right.
I want to
so
jump. Oh, go for it.
What's yours?
Well, I was
Yes.
gonna say the Taika Waititi news. With
Oh,
Thor
perfect.
4.
Go ahead,
Go,
yes.
Go
All
balls
right.
deep in that,
Dude.
because I love it.
Thor 4.
Balls deep?
Balls deep.
Balls
Gotta
deep.
go.
Okay.
Balls deep.
Thor 4. I am ready for Taika Waititi to direct more Thor 4.
Yes.
At the same time, it is kind of a bummer that they put his Akira project on hold because of it. I feel like that movie's never going to come out.
It's still a passion project. Like, he
Yes.
still really
Oh,
wants
No,
to
no,
make
no,
this
no.
movie.
That's why
Yep.
I was excited for it. Is that I had confidence that he would bring his own spin on it, and it would at least be
But that's what I'm
Good.
saying is it still has a good chance to get made eventually.
okay. Sure. Yes.
I think it absolutely will.
Yeah.
It absolutely will.
And let's hope
man.
it gets done
As
right.
long as he's still attached to the project.
Yeah.
Right.
He does.
Yeah. of
So
course.
and it makes me curious to see as far as Thor 4 goes, how Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to tee that up, because it kind of has to, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to come up before
As
Thor.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
As Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That's what everyone wants,
Yeah.
right? But is that gonna how much story is that gonna have in it, right? Like
Maybe
is it
they just drop him off at the nearest planet.
exactly
And then we
like
see it
I
from
wonder
Thor 4.
if he's out in the first 20 minutes or something like that to go off and do his own thing.
4.
The 4.
Yeah.
The 4. That's it.
It's
no
like Fan
subtitle.
Stick.
Fan 4 stick. Oh
But
my
it's
god.
the
How would you
4.
spell that? Would you put like TH4R
R.
or
yeah.
T4OR? To
Sure.
4.
To 4?
To 4.
Thor.
What are we talking about?
4.
How do you Fan 4 stick Thor 4?
Oh, God.
Because it feels like it's there, and I think it's the 4. Like TH4.
TH4R.
R.
4.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
I
4.
got it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
I really
Yeah.
hope the MCU does not buy into that.
No, I don't think they do.
I really
think
hope
they
not
learned-
too, but I just felt like it was there.
I don't think they put numbers past 3. I think they learned the lesson with Iron Man 3.
If
So.
you guys know, I like to fan 4 stick things.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
apparently. I just learned something new about myself.
Is that right?
And I was getting called out for the lewd comments. What?
Is that
Well,
right?
it's lewd comments. It's not the 4.
What you're saying is very inappropriate. I mean, Four stick, like, yeesh.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, no, it hurts. Don't bring up that cursed movie.
Okay. Mitchell?
Yeah, okay. I think, I'm not sure, has this been brought up before I got to for this, but the one coming out directly next week, I've been on a Quentin Tarantino binge over the past week. That's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
We talked about it earlier, so before you got here,
Yeah.
Claire mentioned who's going to talk about it for the next
Yeah,
pod.
you gotta fight over it.
And we kind of said it feels like a Mitchell movie.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. And also, who won in bowling last week or 2 weeks ago?
Whoa!
Wait, time out! Who
That's
was
not
even
the-
close to me?
No,
Yeah,
but that's
right,
not
right,
the
right,
defining
right, right.
feature.
Wait, time out!
It's
T-Dog was the closest in the second game.
It's who loses,
Yeah.
not who,
Who
wins.
wins.
Oh, even if the stakes
even
were
then-
who
even-
wins.
yeah, well,
Come on.
yeah.
Now I might
It's-
take it
come
away
on.
from you.
No.
Come on.
I think we should let Mitchell take point on this one. I think because I'm gonna watch it and we're gonna chime in. We're gonna.
I think we're all going to chime in, right?
Yeah,
We're all
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
chime in.
This is a
yeah,
movie
yeah,
that
Because this is a movie all
most
of
people
us,
will
yeah.
see.
Definitely.
And I will say this, too. It's very... I think it's getting rarer when you're seeing truly rarer that original films, or at least conceptually, are being put into wide releases.
Yes,
I
definitely.
agree.
And Tarantino is one of the few filmmakers who can make that happen.
Definitely.
You know? So there's zero IP connected with this. There's a little revisionist history with the whole Sharon Tate and Charles Manson storyline.
Right.
We'll see how big of a role it is in the movie. I'm not
Mhm.
entirely sure. I heard Margot Robbie's role, at least from what I heard out of Cannes, was that it was a lot smaller than people had expected, especially with how much she spoke or how little she spoke in the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, very interested to see how that is incorporated into the fictional golden age of Hollywood that Tarantino is living in.
Yeah.
So, very excited to see it. I love Brad Pitt under Tarantino. Pause. And he was amazing in Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah.
I got that late, but that works.
I got it. So I'd love to see Brad Pitt under the direction of Quentin Tarantino
Yeah.
again. And I think
Under
it'd be
Quentin
fun.
Tarantino.
Under Quentin Tarantino. But anyway, excited for that. I think everyone in this room is.
Definitely,
I'm
yeah,
not to
yeah,
elaborate
yeah,
on
yeah.
it. I love the trailer.
Everybody in this room is probably going to see it in the next 2 weeks for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I think we
yes.
could tackle
Yeah.
this like how we tackled Far From Home.
Yeah,
where everyone
definitely.
was just chiming
Everyone's
in.
going to jump in, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Claire, do you have anything?
Okay.
I'm throwing you
Kill
under the
me
bus.
if you want.
Okay.
I'm really excited for The Lion King.
Yeah!
I'm a Disney kid.
Woo!
We're
Yeah.
watching it. I think this is going to be one of the better of all of their live action ones.
I mean, Jon Favreau's behind it, and Jungle Book was good.
Yeah.
So
Still live
Yeah,
action,
Jungle Book
but
was
yeah.
really good. I like that one.
really like
so
yeah,
I'm really excited to see it. I heard it's really good. The music's good. It's got good people in it. So
yeah.
I'm
Fingers
pumped.
crossed.
I'm pumped.
The only thing that gives it, like, I'm obviously going to watch it, and I'm sure I'm going to love it, but I'm a little uneasy of how fantastic the lions and all the animals look, and then to hear human voices come out.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how
Might be
deep in
some
the uncanny
yeah,
valley
yeah.
that's going to be.
Right.
I think
That's
it's gonna hit a switch moment
I hope
where
so.
like the beginning of the movie is gonna be a little rough, and then all of a sudden you're just like, I'm not even paying
You're, like,
attention.
immersed.
Right.
into it.
And I
Right.
really hope that
Definitely.
happens. I'm sure it will.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if it is or not. Obviously, it's coming out this week, but yeah.
Because it looks stunning.
Yeah.
Like,
It does
looks
look
It's
amazing.
beautiful.
Amazing.
It
It's
looks
not live
so
action, though.
lifelike.
It's
It
not
does.
live action.
It's not live
It
action.
isn't.
I will
Or
die on that
whatever.
hill.
Sorry.
No, it
no,
is.
no, you're
they
good.
call it
Oh.
live
Yeah,
action.
yeah,
Oh,
they
okay,
call
I
it
was
live
like,
action. Yeah,
well-
you didn't say live action. I'm just.
I will
just
die on the hill
reminded.
that it
Yeah.
is not live action.
Yeah, John Favreau
Right.
says not live action. Like,
Yeah.
he's come out
Right.
and said this is like all computer generated.
But they still keep saying it's
They
a
keep
live action
saying it,
movie.
yeah.
And
Well,
like,
he's not.
I
So,
know.
like,
yeah. And John Favreau was great.
I will say, I'm going to get on my small soapbox for just a second, and I'll step off it right away. I want Disney to make a 2D animated movie again. I know Princess and the Frog didn't do amazing, but...
Oh,
I love Princess
I
and the
loved
Frog,
Princess
yeah.
and the Frog.
Right, but
That was 10 years
wasn't
ago.
the
that was
last
10
one,
years
though.
ago.
What was the last one?
What was the last one that they did?
I
A
think
2D
that
animated
was
movie.
the last one?
2D animation?
2D animated
Yeah, I think it
feature
was
film
Princess
from
and the
Disney.
Frog.
Princess and the Frog was the last one.
I will say this.
Okay, I'm
there-
looking
Not
up.
Disney,
I'm looking
Pixar,
up.
Disney.
No, I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
up
yeah.
Disney movies. I know it's gonna give me like Toy Story 4 and that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm
look.
talking, I'm not, yeah.
So, your beloved video game.
Coco.
Yes.
Coco?
Oh.
Coco?
Coco was
That
3D
Coco.
animated.
That was 3D.
Coco was
That was
3D.
Oh, we're talking.
I love Coco. Yeah, 2D animation.
Yeah, 2D.
I want
That's
2D
why I'm saying Princess and
animation.
the Frog.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Coco,
All right, then
Coco,
different
Frozen,
route, yeah.
Moana. Those are all great. I like those movies are great.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah.
Cuphead.
I got what you're
Cuphead's
saying.
getting its own Netflix series.
Exactly. I think that depending on the success of that,
Sure.
that could open the doors for more 2D animations to come
What's
back.
getting
Yes.
so serious? I'm sorry.
Cuphead. So Cuphead's a video game that came out, I think, a couple years ago, and
Cel-shaded style.
It's basically done the style of old Fleischer and Disney cartoons. It looks like
okay.
Steamboat Willie, basically the video game.
Oh,
Does that make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, and to that point, yeah, you got it right there.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
So they're making Netflix has greenlit an animated series. For
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think really depending on the success of that, I mean it looks fantastic. I mean, and I think there's going to be some kind of yearning for that because
Sure.
after some time the 3D animation will kind of lose its luster, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it comes down to whether or not people are willing to spend the money on it because it is expensive.
It is definitely
Yeah.
expensive, and
It is a lot
I
more
understand that. Like the realities of it is that it is just easier to make like digital like films, like like 3D animated films now at this point, right? 'Cause that's just logistically better now.
Right.
So I totally get why, because those movies make an insane amount of money. So like if Princess and the Frog, extremely expensive production, did fine but not great, like I can see why Disney's moved away from that. It's still just, I guess I'm an old man now and I just yearn for those like the original Lion King, original Beauty and the Beast. Every time they come up with these new remakes, I'm like, man, I should watch those old ones again.
Yeah.
And
On
then
VHS.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yep.
I don't have
What
a
is
VHS
that?
player.
No, we don't either. So.
Anyways, soapbox time over.
You're good. Yeah. Usually I like to stick in the next 2 weeks for what I'm excited about, just because it's usually by the next time we do a podcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys have taken all of them pretty much, because
Well,
in the next 2 weeks we've got Lion King, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as the two big ones, and
Yep.
then there's almost nothing else until Hobbs and Shaw, which we've already talked about.
Hobbs and Shaw!
Hobbs and Shaw.
I'm very
Which
excited
I'm
about
so-
that.
I'm so pumped about that.
Side note, do I need to watch the rest of the Fast and Furious movies
Fuck
to get
no!
All right.
There's no way!
So am I going on this? I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
so either.
excited then. Oh man.
Dude.
Worst case, I have all 8 of them. You're more than welcome to borrow them because we have digital
8.
copies.
Okay.
So
If
Okay.
you're
watch them.
watching Fast and Furious for the plot, you're watching it wrong.
I know,
Yes.
but
Yes.
also I'm not, but also I kind of
All right,
like.
the things that you'll need to know.
The
Cars.
Rock's in the universe. Jason Statham's in the universe.
They used to. Well, they were direct enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
The
guess
Rock
they're
used to
forced
be like
team up.
the Rock used to be the cop antagonist, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now and then he teamed up
God,
with
I don't
the crew.
even know any of this. The last Fast and
Okay.
Furious movie I saw was Tokyo Drift.
And I know there's a
Jesus.
Tokyo Drift.
It's like 3,
I know that there's
right?
I know that there's
Yeah.
I know
You
there's
a lot
got
of good
5
ones.
movies to come out.
That's okay.
I also know there's
I'm good.
there's a fan favorite character named Han.
That,
That,
7.
R.I.P. to Han.
Yeah,
from
okay,
Tokyo
that
Drift.
doesn't make it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, he dead.
Yeah, rest in
Yeah.
power, Han. I don't know you, but
Also, I don't know if you know this or not, but an actual person died.
oh, Paul Walker. Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
way
I
to
knew.
bring that up.
That was hard to avoid because that movie came out,
I had to bring it up.
and then
No, I know, but just Claire, it's just she's the last one she saw was Tokyo Drift, and she's just totally taken by this.
That's
whole
what. That's actually fun fact. That's actually what made 7 better in my mind. 7's great in its own, but it's kind of all the stunts and everything. You're kind of thinking to yourself, Paul Walker might die in one of these stunts, as a send off.
Oh my God, that would have been so bad if they did
yeah.
that.
And
That's-
so it's kind of one of those things where you're just like, is this it? Is this the part?
Interesting.
That kind of thing. And
I
so
mean,
it's
It's so
given
morbid.
the circumstances of his passing, that would have been
it would have been real bad.
That's
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
if they had
That's
that
bad.
happen.
Yeah,
That's
but it was
morbid.
it's just one of those things where
Yeah.
you don't want to think
Sure,
about it. Kind
sure,
of
sure.
thing.
No,
Fast
no, no,
Five is
definitely.
still my favorite.
Fast
Okay.
5 is
Fast
great.
That's fine. All right.
Fast 5 is
Love
great.
that one.
But yeah, as I was saying, is you guys have taken all the ones, and so we've talked before. So I don't have strong feelings about it, but I'm kind of excited about it. There's a movie called The Art of Self-Defense.
Yes, Jesse
Oh,
Eisenberg.
Jesse
yeah,
Eisenberg.
yeah,
yeah. Go.
It's definitely more of an indie movie, but it is
Yes.
Jesse Eisenberg in an indie movie,
Yeah.
and it kind of harkens back to Adventureland, Zombieland,
Mm,
those
mm,
kind
mm,
of, but not as. It's not as funny. It's not going to be. There's a little bit of funny to it, but it's definitely. Here's the plot as summed up in 3 sentences. A man is attacked at random on the street. He enlists at a local dojo, led by a charismatic and mysterious sensei, in an effort to learn how to defend himself.
There you go.
And the
That
guy
makes
who's
sense.
attacked at random is Jesse Eisenberg. I probably am going to see it now that I'm an A-list member.
There you
Hey,
go.
welcome.
So
nice plug.
yeah, so now I might actually go see it. So but yeah. So, guys, girls,
Thank you.
any last thoughts?
No, I'm very excited for the upcoming couple weeks of movies because Lion King. I have a lot of catching up to do
Yep.
with Midsummer, And
Yeah.
then, of course, Once
Oh,
Upon a Time
God.
in Hollywood. So the
Yeah,
next
Once Upon
one
a
Time in Hollywood,
is
yeah.
going to be overloaded with some.
Are you
big
gonna see that by
movies.
yourself?
At this point,
Midsummer, you mean?
I don't think Kelly's going to go with me.
Yeah.
So
Smart
I
woman.
think-
Well,
I don't know
was
her,
this
but
The Midsummer, right?
Yeah.
Midsummer.
Yeah, okay.
So I think I'm going to have to.
Solo.
Stick it
I
out my
might
own.
have to nut up and go. It's gonna be
There, Dave.
Dave, do you want to go?
I don't
Dave.
know if I want to go.
Andre Mitchell Dave!
I told you guys I'd go.
Only if you hold my
Andre
hand.
Mitchell and Mike Dave.
You guys have to
Third
both
wheel.
hold my hands through
I
the
prefer
scary
the term
parts.
threesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Am I
Okay.
encroaching on your
Nice.
space now?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like, Claire, what are you doing here?
You
Yeah,
guys
I
need to
awkward.
hold my hands through the scary parts. Okay. All right. Cool.
How can we hold your hand when your hands are over your eyes?
You're gonna have to grab.
No,
me.
you gotta do it. You're
Oh,
any
that.
smart, scary
you make
movie
the
person
ears
just
over
over
the-
the ears.
That is exactly what I did when I was a little
Earmuffs.
kid. I hated loud noises, so
yeah,
I would like put
I
my
can
hand
watch a
up.
movie. I just can't hear all the like sounds
Yep,
and like
yep.
because you know when it gets really silent, you're like, "Fuck, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen."
Yep. Anyways, Midsummer.
Anyway,
Yeah,
very
Midsummer.
excited for so many different movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so by the next time we might see all of the movies.
Probably.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be
yeah.
a long podcast.
That'll do it for me, Mike.